What is up, everybody? Dante Pittman here. Welcome to episode 8 of season 3 of WrestleSpeak Podcast. I am your man, Dante Pittman. And of course, always joining me is the Buffalonian Bulldozer, Mikey Bombs.
Hello, once again, everyone. Welcome into another WrestleSpeak Podcast. I did leave Dante a side note in regards to trying to cancel something because of something taking place at a later time. So, next time, Dante, please please try to tell time better.
I'll try. All right.
Because
I deserve that.
I think his marathon matchup is at 10 Eastern. This show is on like 6-7 o'clock Eastern. What in the world does that even make? And he tried to cancel this ahead of schedule. This is do better.
This is why I don't. Yeah, I'll try to do better. All right, let's just get to
let's
it
ring
here.
the bell and let's go over the topics.
Yeah, ring this bell. Let's go. Come on. All right, but there we go. So we start off here with Bray Wyatt reportedly not listed in any way on WWE's internal roster. There's generally always something going on with Bray Wyatt. Let's 2 months since Wyatt was last seen on WWE programming, and even longer since he wrestled the match. And in the latest bit of information regarding Wyatt will only lead to more questions regarding his future. According to PW Insider Elite, Wyatt is no longer listed. Context was provided on whether this meant Wyatt was on WWE or is being left out of the roster while not being used. This was surprising to say the least. I hope Bray Wyatt's okay at the very least. You know, we don't want any that's a sin. We don't want that. All right. Next, we have AEW All Access interviews alluding to CM Punk were cut due to legal concerns. Mac and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks have been among the AEW talent to be featured in AEW All Access, with the show chronicling the end of their suspension last fall and the first several months back with the company. All allusions to the reasoning behind their suspension have been particularly vague, and Dave Meltzer recently stated on Wrestling Server Radio that references to the alleged fight between All Out following All Out last September were edited from the series. Hold on. Hold up. The Young Bucks never mentioned Punk's name because they were involved with the situation who would like to speak out on the matter, but they're refraining from doing so due to possible legal action. Punk is reportedly due back to the promotion next month, lining up with a heavy rumor debut of AEW Collision. Meltzer, the Elite, keep all involved performers released information caveat being that there will be 2 major shows that may or may not use to keep the sides apart. All right, we have Randy Orton to reportedly told by doctors to not wrestle again. Now, I'm not going to click on it. I'm just going to say this here. If Randy Orton does retire, we wish him the very best. You know, he had a hell of a career. He's too young to retire. I mean, look at that man. This man has done a lot for us during the pre-pandemic, and post-pandemic as RK Bro. They're just he's just an overall great guy. There's no doubt about that. You can't deny Randy Orton had a hell of a career. World champion, WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, United States champion, Tag Team champion, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner. Hell, he's done it all. Michael, your thoughts on this, my man? We all wish Randy Orton we all wish Randy Orton a thank you. So simple as that. All right, next we have WWE reportedly planning Underdog winner for number one contenders battle royal for the Intercontinental title on Raw. Tonight on Raw, the next opponent for Gunther's Intercontinental Championship will be decided via Battle Royal. And while we do not yet know who it will be, PW Insider Elite is reporting that an Underdog angle is on the cards, noting the idea we are told is to have a surprise win. Imperium were drafted to the Red Brand during round 2 of last month's draft, and for the first time since, Gunther is set to make his Raw debut. Whoever wins tonight will officially challenge him at Night of Champions on May 27th. Oh yeah, I am so down. I'm so down for this. But we all know Gunther will retain the gold. We all know Gunther's going to retain the gold. But that person will try, though. All right. Triple H reportedly missed Friday's SmackDown for unknown reasons. WWE's chief content officer, Paul Triple H Levesque, was reportedly absent from this Friday's SmackDown. A report from the PW Insider Elite. It was noted that Levesque was not backstage at SmackDown for reasons that are currently unknown. It was also reported that Bruce Pritchard was in control of the taping in Levesque's absence. Whether or not he will be absent again for tonight's Raw is unknown. Levesque has been WWE July. Levesque's absence shouldn't have raised too many alarm bells, but only a month ago, this scenario would have resulted in a much stronger reaction for wrestling fans when speculation went around that McMahon could be retaking control of creative. While he isn't back with WWE's creative, McMahon did make his return to the company in January to help facilitate a sale of WWE. The ultimate result of a sale came forward during WrestleMania weekend in the form of the announcement of the WWE UFC merger. The merger has McMahon taken position as executive chairman of the board within the new company, while WWE CEO Nick Khan will remain firmly in charge of the WWE side of things. As for how Levesque's vision as CCO is affected by the merger, the story of it is that he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Khan has reassured that Levesque alone remains firmly in charge of creative, and that it will remain that way going forward. I don't know about you, Michael, but I'm getting scared here. There's a chance this can all go to bust. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is. It is what it is, you know. Like that. Let me end it. All right, plaintiff in dismissed Pyro Deafness lawsuit against WWE files notice of appeal. Bro, if I sit next to a Pyro, then at least I'll know my fate. Okay, there's been yet another wrinkle in WrestleMania 30 attendee Marvin Jackson's lawsuit against WWE, which was dismissed last week. Shortly after the dismissal, however, Jackson's lawyer filed notice to appeal the ruling. The essence of the appeal was first reported by PWInsider.com. That's not the actual appeal yet, though, so it's not yet known what the legal strategy will be to defeat the many direct precincts cited by the judge in the district court ruling. Jackson sued WWE in January, alleging that he suffered permanent explosions, and before long, the issue turned to whether or not he was bound by the terms of purchasing his ticket based on the variety of case law stemming from similar disputes. Jackson is indeed bound by the terms of service, meaning that he had agreed to litigate all claims arising from WrestleMania in mandatory binding arbitration instead of a public court, and the case was dismissed. Since the lawsuit didn't come close to the fact findings, known that fans, whether in Jackson's section or otherwise, were positioned closer to the pyrotechnic explosions for WrestleMania 38 than in years past. WWE rival AEW, for their part, has largely avoided the use of loud bangs in their pyrotechnic displays since their May 2019 launch. As the Star Promotion partnered with nonprofit organization Culture City to make their shows inclusive for fans with sensory issues. I mean, bruh, signed something. If I sit in a seat close to the pay for my ticket, and if I pay my ticket and my seat is by the pyrotechnics, then I kind of deserve that, you know? That's what you get, you know? No disrespect, but hold on just a minute, guys. Okay. So, Michael, people are just so goddamn stupid. Look.
You couldn't have said it any better.
I know you've been to a... Yeah, Michael, you've been into a WWE show, correct?
I've been to a couple of them in Buffalo, yeah. I've even been to a couple of NXT shows, too.
So right if you buy a ticket,
was relevant. Right before
so if you buy a ticket,
so.
But anyway, if you buy a ticket and you're sitting next to the pyro, you know, would you try to move away, or
no? I'd enjoy it.
Or you enjoy it? Yeah. See, there you go. There you go. See,
yeah. I usually bring a pair of headphones with me because of that.
Yeah,
because the pyro.
Yeah, see,
because the pyro in WWE is like major, is so loud compared to AEW's pyro. It's just like so calm. The AEW pyro is calmer, I think, than the WWE pyro, but still fun.
Yeah, you know. See, there you go.
And that's where the entertainment in WWE comes in. It's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. So that filed a lawsuit. You are stupid. Anyway, Ken Anderson thinks Gable Steveson is on the same WWE path as Kurt Angle. Ken Anderson, formerly known as Mr. Kennedy in WWE and Mr. Anderson in Impact Wrestling, became a trainer following his full-time in-ring career, helping start the careers of performers like Dante and Darius Martin in AEW, as well as Von Wagner and Tiffany Stratton over in WWE. Appearing on the Kurt Angle show, Anderson pointed out one former trainee that he sees following the same career trajectory as Angle himself. Gable Stevenson's really, Anderson said, the former WWE star recalled the first bump Steveson ever took while training and described Steveson standing up the wrong way at first before immediately correcting himself and getting up almost perfectly. People often said that Kurt Kurt took to the business like nobody they've ever seen before. Not only the athletic side of things, but you got the showsmanship, the storytelling, and the character stuff. I really feel like he's on that path. Anderson stated he sees great things in Steveson for the future, and Angle agreed. Despite these comments and the fact that he was previously drafted to Raw in 2021, it's unclear if professional wrestling remains a priority for Steveson. The Olympic gold medal winner recently announced a return to amateur wrestling, competing in the U.S. Open last month. Steveson was one of the tournament winners with a 4.40 record and outscoring 44-1. Another tournament, Final X, will take place next month to decide the 2023 U.S. Senior World Team, which Steveson could very well be a part of.
This is a man.
We got a new guy. We got a new guy here. It's DJ Shadow Wolf 420,
a.k.a. Shedrick Witherspoon Jr. Well, wait a minute. Can I do this?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, and joining us at this time as our special guest co-host, Shedrick Witherspoon Jr.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, Shedrick?
What's up, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about y'all?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Anyway, your thoughts on this, Cedric?
Yeah, Gable Steveson. Yeah, I was wondering, is he going to make his debut at all? But like, oh, now I know why he didn't make his debut yet. Okay. I was like, he can make some things happen.
Let's not forget, this is a guy who could really he'll give Roman Reigns a run for his money.
I believe it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Next, guys, we got over here. Oh, boy. Karrion Kross and Shinsuke Nakamura among WWE stars receiving recent promo flexibility. WWE appears to be loosening restrictions on promos, according to a recent report. Fightful Select is reporting that Karrion Kross and Shinsuke are among the talent that are currently being less scripted by WWE Creative. No other superstars are named, but the report states that some wrestlers have been granted the same level of freedom. The two former WWE NXT champions recently worked together, and that program is cited as an example of the loosening of restrictions. The feud culminated in the match earlier this month on SmackDown, which seemingly punched Nakamura's ticket to the first round of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Wait, we got man Alex Pizzle.
Alex Putnam.
Yep, Alex Putnam. My favorite Putnam brother.
Our favorite Putnam brother.
Yep. So Cedric, what do you think about this?
I'll say it like this. It was bound to happen. It's like, this is pushing towards Nakamura potentially getting a title opportunity down the road, say close to SummerSlam, give or take, for anything. And Karrion Kross as well. It's like, okay, for the man with three H's, you brought Karrion Kross back. You're giving him some creative freedom. Honestly, if you give certain superstars that like organic feel, the crowd can connect. Because some stuff you give them scripted, sometimes it falls flat. Other times they'd be looking at him like, this isn't him or her, depending. So if they get more creative freedom, I feel like this could be a potential big story between Kross and Nakamura down the road. Because we saw mostly on SmackDown. Now they're going to bring it to Raw. I'm all for it. Let's go.
And Shinsuke Nakamura throughout the course of 2017 has had a couple of opportunities for the WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal. When he was in singles competition, when Jinder Mahal was in singles competition before partnering with Indus-Share.
Yeah.
And now we're in 2022, and Shinsuke could very well be next in line to challenge Roman Reigns.
I can see that.
Yep.
Because you got a lot of potential contenders you can build up to make credible that they can beat Roman Reigns. So let's see, you had a chance with Drew at Clash of the Castle. If you would have pulled that trigger there, the whole roof would have blew off at that point. Because Drew, he deserves a world title run in front of people. I feel that, but again, got to make it make sense. You got to build it up. Got to get us interested in the story. You had Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Oh, didn't pull that trigger. And now he's going part 2 with Brock Lesnar. Come Backlash. No, sorry, not Backlash. Shoot. I got the other pay-per-view. My bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. Cedric or...
All right.
And remember, 2018 Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura were the final 2 in that matchup. And Shinsuke Nakamura eliminated Roman Reigns. So I think we could see a potential shootout between Reigns and Nakamura.
If they pull the trigger on that. Yes. Because, look, Nakamura deserves it. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm thinking him winning the 2018 Rumble, it was going to be the platform to shoot him up as a world champion. He would beat AJ Styles because they had history there, but no. Nakamura turned heel. I'm thinking, okay, that might be a good interest. Became a United States champion, then lost to R-Truth.
Karrion Kross, with his first run in the main roster, when I saw his first run in the main roster, I was like, where in the world is Bordeaux? Why isn't she there with him? And then when she came back, Scarlett Bordeaux was there. It was like all came together when Kross returned into the main roster at that point.
Yes.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why Scarlett Bordeaux was not with Karrion Kross with his first main roster. Because again, when you get to the main roster and a certain man who may or may not no longer be controlling WWE creative got a hold of him, you stripped him of his character. He had the freaking hourglass, TikTok. He had the menacing persona, and then you botched it. How can you botch that? He was NXT champion. You book him on Raw, and you let him lose to Jeff Hardy? Now, I bet it wasn't clean, but if you're going to get the man over, you can't let him get beat in his first night on Raw to Jeff Hardy while he's still holding the NXT title. Then he comes back to Raw again, this time with some BDSM Sultan gimmick. I'm like, I can say that because I looked at all this like, why is he wearing all this stuff? This is not his character. He's supposed to be some ruthless badass that has no mercy. Then gets cut, comes back, and now he's more interested again because he got his wife back. He's got the hourglass. And if you give him the right opponent and the right platform, this is going to be gold. That's all it is. He's got it. Just got to get that right opponent and the right amount of storytelling. And you got yourself a match. You got yourself a big one.
There you go. There you go. Can't argue with that logic. All right. Now, no WWE presence or mention of WWE programming at NBC Upfronts today. WWE may currently have ongoing contracts with both NBC Universal and their streaming service Peacock, but they were mentioned during NBC's Upfront presentation Monday morning. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting that while WWE clips were included and shown, neither a mention of their programming to advertisers nor an appearance from any WWE representative. Currently, their deal NBC Universal is set to expire this September, while the stream Peacock runs all the way from January 2026. With the Endeavor merger between WWE and UFC looming, it remains to be seen what the promotion's future.
Now, earlier today, Fox released their fall schedule, and there's no mention of SmackDown on their programming schedule. I think this tends me to believe that either even Fox Sports' relationship with WWE is done, or they just haven't signed an extension yet.
Cedric, what do you think?
Yeah, I can say it like this. They're trying to reach an agreement. Because, again, you got a lot of paperwork going on. They just recently merged with Endeavor. I feel like anything's possible. So it's like, mean, they've been killing it on Peacock, so it'd be kind of stupid to, end it there after it expires. They'll probably reach a deal sooner or later. They got about less than 3 years, so yeah. I'm sorry.
There you
Put out the
go.
wrong thing. Yeah, Peacock through 2026. Yeah, NBC Universal. I mean, they got a few months. They can probably reach an agreement. If not, it is what it is. Because they'll find a way somehow. They'll find something.
There you go. The next topic here to discuss. All right. Konnan doesn't think Natalya is a credible challenger for Rhea Ripley in WWE. On last week's Raw, Rhea Ripley was confronted by longtime WWE superstar Natalya. On the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Triple A head book Konnan used this confrontation as a sample of why WWE needs to find a way to freshen up its long-standing talent. That's the thing. People get stale, Konnan explained. I like her. She's awesome, but she just feels stale. She's been there so long and they don't do nothing with her. Konnan cites WWE's penchant for making. She disappears and all of a sudden she just shows up like she's a credible opponent and you're like, dude, she's stale. And that's some kind of off season or rotation. If wrestlers only work 6 months a year, then the other 6 months could work other places or just rest if you have them under contract, he continued. They'll come back fresher. While Konnan believes that Natalya's longevity might be hurting her mystique, Natalya recently claimed the opposite. According to Natalya, she believes that her longevity is exactly what made her so successful, noting in an Instagram post earlier this year that she's grateful for her ability to maintain her long-running career while also shepherding the future talent of WWE. Despite confronting the SmackDown Women's Champion, Natalya has said she's hoping to one day win the Raw Women's Championship, which has eluded her for her entire WWE tenure. Cedric?
I can say this right here, right now. Natalya's been in the business. Let's see. Since around SmackDown was like cartoonish PG. So that's a lot of years under her belt. Honestly, I mean, she hasn't been injured too many times. She's a safe worker, and she is kind of like a gatekeeper. If you gave her like more wins, I would believe she could be a threat against Rhea, but you just can't thrust her in there, making the save the Dana Brooke and saying, I want to challenge for your titles. Like, you got to make her worthy. You got to make her credible because you ain't got that much credibility when you're taking on Rhea Ripley. You can't put in Charlotte again. That's been beaten to death. You already know that. They're spat. Maybe Liv Morgan down the road. Can't do that because her and Raquel are the current women's tag team champions. This could be a time for some of the NXT call-ups if they, go to
Would
SmackDown.
you say Indy Hartwell?
Well, when she's fresh off her injury, yeah. When she's back from injury, sure. It's a lot. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot. Zoe Stark, maybe, hell. But
yeah.
again, got to build them up. Because look, Raw, I think, yeah. If they're going with this, I know it's going to be Asuka and Bianca down the road. Natalya against Rhea, I already know Rhea's going over because unless they swerve us and make Natalya champion, you really got to make it believable, though. You really got to. But, yeah, Natalya's a credible.
But here's the problem, though.
And the problem?
Okay. But there's a problem, though. You got to understand. Okay, Rhea Ripley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's been drafted to Raw. So why not do the title swap now?
Yeah, was thinking, I was like, y'all did that for the tag team championships before you decided let's mend them together. Why put both tag titles together again? Just keep them separate on different brands. It makes sense. The only reason why they merged them is because they didn't have credible tag teams. Well, you wouldn't have that problem if you let certain talent get organically over and stop putting the same damn tag matches over and over again. Get some new credibility, for crying out loud. Look, I don't know who was booking the matches over those times. You want credible tag team opportunities, credible tag team champions, you got to get fresher tag teams. Make them work organically. Don't force and mash them up. Sometimes it could work. Other times it's going to fall flatter than 20-day-old soda. But that's just me. But sooner or later, they're going to switch the titles up for Raw and SmackDown. They got to. Because it wouldn't make sense to draft Bianca to freaking SmackDown unless you're going to swap the title up with Rhea. It wouldn't make sense. Got to make it sense.
Shedrick, let me ask you this.
Yo.
If neither one of the NXT call-ups, like Indy or Zoe Stark, get an opportunity, or let's say neither one of those get the... which of the current NXT superstars in the women's division would you say deserve an opportunity against Rhea Ripley?
It comes to two people in my mind right now. One would be Roxanne Perez, because she's got that underdog feel. She can fight like the rest of them. The other one, Tiffany Stratton.
I did not want you to say that.
That's why I was like, no. That's why if I say the other name, he's going to be pissed. I should have just said one. But here's the thing. Think about this. If you want hard-hitting 5-star matches, I know it could have been anybody else with like credible, like they got that it factor. Roxanne Perez, underdog feel. Tiffany Stratton got that chip on her shoulder and show the world she's not just some prime proper princess with an edge. Got to think about that. And also, it would give Rhea a challenge because Tiffany Stratton ain't a small woman. Got to think about that.
Would you count on Nikita Lyons?
Possibly. But again, if they pull the trigger on that sucker, that's the thing too.
There we go. All right. Well, now, you guys, Ken Anderson was ready to turn down potential WWE Royal Rumble appearance. It has been a long 14 years since wrestling fans last saw Ken Anderson and Mr. Kennedy, the former United States champion and Money in the Bank winner, has kept busy since, having eventful runs in Impact Wrestling and the independent circuit, but has rarely come up as a name that could wind up heading back to WWE. Despite how often former stars return to promotion, however, is Anderson himself, with the former WWE star revealing in an appearance on the Current Angle show that he feels his past attitude is what has prevented him from going back. I mean, I'm not surprised, Anderson said. Like we talked about earlier, I said some really bleeping things on the way out the door. I completely get it. I would like to eventually be able to go back there and finish it out, but I completely understand if that doesn't happen. I did it to myself. That said, Anderson did reveal that there was at least one overture from WWE for a one-off appearance years ago, made by Sean Daivari, with whom he helped found the Academy Wrestling School in Minnesota, along with Eric Cannon, Molly Holly, and Daivari's brother, Ari Daivari. That time, however, it was Anderson who was ready to say no. I was asked a few years ago, it wasn't official, but I was asked by Daivari, hey, your name came up for the Royal Rumble, would you be interested? Anderson said, and I wasn't. I was completely out of shape, and I turned it down. But it wasn't like an official ask anyway. I just wasn't interested. Yeah. On this, Cedric?
My thoughts on this is like, well, I would love a potential Mr. Kennedy out of nowhere Royal Rumble spot. But again, if they wanted to come back in there, they wanted to like at least be somewhat in shape and be like, oh, what a surprise, he's kept in shape. Well, the fans gonna remember him, Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy. Honestly, it could have happened, but again, it was his own decision. Some folks don't want to do it because again, they want to be healthy and don't want to do something that may mess them up. And want fans to remember
They
them.
want to help train the new generation of pro wrestlers, as you would say, right?
Yes, pretty much.
All right. Okay. Superstar Billy Graham reportedly on life support. Where'd it go? Where are you? Where the heck is it? Did I pass it?
You are so out. You are so.
I had
out
it. I
of-
knew it was in there. I swear.
You are so disoriented.
Anyway, yeah. Whew. Yeah. So superstar Billy Graham reportedly on life support following recent health issues. Oh man, we all wish superstar Billy Graham uh the best of care. We all pray for him, of course. And he was the big superstar back in around, I think it was around the 60s. Am I right?
Either the 60s or 70s. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, he was a former WWF champion, something like that, back in that time period.
Yeah.
This man. And that man, ooh, that man was like, he was like that generation's Dolph Ziggler, in my view. But yeah, we all wish him players, fight this thing out. We all support him, of course. All right. Let's move on here. All right. So apparently, hey guys, you guys know the show Dark Side of the Ring on Vice
Yes.
TV?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, Vice Media, they're filing bankruptcy.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it either, man. I just couldn't believe it. I was surprised, to be honest. So here it is. Here it is, right here. After a 2-year wait, fans of Dark Side of the Ring are about to get what they want with the long-awaited 4th season of the show, scheduled to air starting on May 30th, but barring any major changes in the next few weeks. The new season will air at a time of vast uncertainty at Vice Media, the parent company of Dark Side of the Ring's TV network, Vice TV. PW Insiders reported that Vice Media has officially filed for bankruptcy in a New York court this morning. The news isn't entirely negative, however, as the filing was done to make a potential sale of Vice Media, which claims to have an offer of $225 million easier. Man, your thoughts on this, Cedric?
Well, did not know Vice Media was filing for bankruptcy, and again, my thoughts on it is like, well, as long as we get some background and some good entertainment, and by that shows the dark side of the ring, like everything is not hunky dory in the ring or outside the ring, but Potential sale. Do what they got to do. I'm a little indifferent on it, so can't tell too much on that. I'm a little indifferent, so it is what it is.
There you go. Ooh, WWE reveals a huge library acquisition. It's a tape library acquisition. All right. WWE's tape library just keeps growing and growing. Per PW Insider's Mike Johnson, a collection of 20 boxes of master tapes from International Championship Wrestling were recently revealed to be in possession of WWE. This came about during the Randy Savage Focus episode of WWE's Most Wanted Treasures this month A&E. ICW lived from 1978 to 1984 under the Super Brother and Late Brother, respectively. Some clips from the promotion were even briefly seen in the episode and featured WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton, as well as Savage himself. However, it is not known when the footage came into their. Wow, that's a big mystery. Oh. Oof. Cedric, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Wow. I didn't even think that was there's some videos of that.
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Ooh, that was out of nowhere for me, to be honest.
I'm kind of floored at that. I'm floored. Anything else?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of floored at this. All right. Wow. All right. Mark Briscoe is still adjusting to wrestling on AEW television. The tragic passing of Jay Briscoe had a silver lining in Mark Briscoe signing with AEW. This opportunity has allowed Mark to reunite with a lot of his old friends from the independent circuit. It's been a blast. Briscoe told Chris Jericho on Talk is Jericho. But while the camaraderie is nice for Briscoe, the longtime outlaw wrestler is still adjusting to the way It's still adjusting to the way weekly televised wrestling works. Stop. I'm trying to go down. I like the Briscoe. Yep, revive. All right. Then we got some show fired up, ready to have a match. Briscoe is spring. Go out there, have a 20-minute banger. But it's like, oh yeah, you got pre-tape tonight. You got a promo, and I'm like, oh bleep, you're still on the show. It's not the same as Wrestling Weekend Warriors on the Independence, where it's all about who you are wrestling and how good is the match. This is about week-to-week episodic storytelling, because I'm not sore all the time, because it's not like every single week you're having a 20-minute match. Quoting 50 Cent, Briscoe refers to himself and his brother as kings of the other careers on the independent scene. We've done everything but mainstream, Briscoe continued, and now here we are. I saw we because he's riding with me, he's rolling with me, he's right there with me, so now here we are, weekly episodic TV. I thought I've done everything there is to be done. Briscoe is currently along with Jeff Jarrett, Saddam Singh, and Sean J. Dutt, with the group recently paying a visit to Briscoe's chicken farm. Oh man! Once again, rest in peace to the late Jay Briscoe. You will be sorely missed. Cause reach for the sky, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cedric, your thoughts on this?
Honestly, if it wasn't for the tragic passing of Jay Briscoe, I think the Briscoes would have been killing it in the tag division of AEW. But life gets crazy sometimes, and it was out of nowhere. It just like comes out of left field for that, and it's like, yo, they were killing in AEW, they were doing their things, making all transgressions gone, doing their thing, and then Jay Briscoe gets damn. Well, on the upside, Mark Briscoe's killing it. Funny mother too. I ain't gonna lie. Then that makes you think, what type of shenanigans for the next upcoming weeks they're about to have on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. That's what I look forward to. But
And Saturday night's coming soon.
oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I was wondering on that. I was like, when are they gonna pull the trigger on Saturday? And then the brand split. I know that for AEW because there's Collision. So yeah, you know what? It was long overdue because like, see, for AEW, good idea. You're getting top tier talent. You're getting like mostly independent / like local wrestlers over and getting their time to shine. But then there goes the bad. You get too much of talent and not know what to do with. And there's the ugly. Yeah, they're gonna get like somewhat repetitive matches, but with like a different atmosphere, or not enough time for that certain talent to get over or connect with the fans. That's what I feel. Or most infamous, you got too many titles changing hands like hot potato. One in particular, the TNT Championship. But yeah, honestly,
Yeah, the TNT Championship, bro.
I understand you try to build a story with it. It's like, look, if you were just gonna give Wardlow, Arn Anderson, and all them folks, like, here's what you should have done with it. Should have kept the title. Hobbs would have lost, but in controversial fashion, that would give him an excuse to get another rematch. Then he brought his crew with him, and then all of a sudden, surprise, Arn Anderson comes out of nowhere with his crew, help Wardlow retain. That could have built the story right there at a certain point, because now you just stop the momentum of Powerhouse Hobbs. And honestly, Hobbs has been on his own than working with QTV. It's a damn shame. But again, maybe there's some down the road for Hobbs in the future. But for now, it's like, this is why you need to build your talent. This is why you need to get, if you have all this, get more titles. Now, yeah, AEW All Atlantic, that too. But I digress. I'll see where it goes from here. I ain't no wrestling booker, but if I was, I'd be doing something like that. But oh well.
Righty. It's time now. It's time now to preview tonight's Raw, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
All right. But this go.
No. You could start it off, and then I'll join in.
Okay. The disdain between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar has become crystal clear over the past few weeks. The American Nightmare scored a win over the Beast at Backlash, which led to Lesnar costing Rhodes his spot in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament semifinals on last week's episode of Raw. Lesnar wound up challenging Rhodes to a rematch at Night Champions on May 27th after hitting Rhodes with an F5 through the announce desk, and tonight Rhodes will answer the challenge. It's me, Lesnar again. But also, are we back to John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules 2012? I mean,
I'm getting biased to that.
I mean,
yeah.
If the way the story is going from here, possibly it could happen. I mean, the Beast versus the American Nightmare, it could be. But again, is that if they want to push and pull that trigger on that? It's on them. I'm all for a little bit of repeats and all that, but sometimes you gotta make it make sense. But yeah, I can see it.
All right. Next, Becky Lynch has something on her mind to share with the WWE Universe following her return to programming last week to the surprise of Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Stratus betrayed Lynch several weeks ago on the April 10th episode of Raw after the duo has unsuccessfully defended the women's tag team titles. And speaking of the women's tag team titles, it'll be on the line as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defending against Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Deville and Green previously challenged for the title on April 21st on SmackDown, but ultimately came up short. As a result, the pair began a petition last week to earn themselves another shot last week, which caught the eye of Morgan and Rodriguez. I mean, come on. I'm tired of seeing
like Adam Pearce's little moron or something.
Zack Ryder's wife.
All right. I'll put it like this, gentlemen. I'll put it like this, and you can attest to this. Basically, once again, the Karens have whined and moaned their way to an opportunity. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's either going to be shenanigans, Deville and Green get the W, which I highly doubt. But again, you never know what's going to pop off on WWE. Or Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez once again prove they are a hell of a tag team. One of power and unbelievable strength. The human wrecking ball / human weapon, Liv Morgan. Honestly, she's going through her Chucky horror phase, and I'm loving it. Girl's cuckoo, but I love it.
Her side as well.
The
extreme side of Liv Morgan as well.
Absolutely. The girl, extreme is all hell. And honestly, I don't see Deville and Green going over Morgan and Rodriguez. That's too many variables. And if you expect me to believe that the hot mess of a Karen that used to be wearing some tatted up bride dresses and lipstick smeared more up than no, if you saw certain stuff, you know what I'm talking about. And the other one, I ain't seen her win a match by herself in God knows how long. So recently teaming with Green. Because look, the only relevance Deville had was when she was teaming with Mandy Rose. Then when they split, she was floundering around. I mean, she's got the big.
To Adam Pearce for sure.
Yeah, she abused her power like an alcoholic abused his AA badge. But that's just me. But that's just me. Bottom line is this. If you think and expect me to believe that two Karens, one with the resting beeper face and the other one that was getting down with the Deathmatch King behind closed doors, is going to win this match tonight, you're crazy.
You must out your dang mind.
Come on. And it wouldn't make sense either because Morgan and Rodriguez just recently won the titles and they just had a good defense against damage control.
Yeah.
Come on. You got to give me something credible here. If you want to believe that Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez is going to lose.
And plus, Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro recently got drafted. So we're
if you set it up for them to take on Morgan and Rodriguez, I will believe it. I will believe KC Connection got that in the bag because that's probably one of the best damn organic tag teams I've ever seen in my damn life. Pardon the French.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Katana Chance. Kaden Carter, Katana Chance. Excuse me.
Yeah, she changed her name. Yeah, but we get it. It's still KC. Come on. But yeah,
there you go. Then the Miz proposed a partnership to Shinsuke Nakamura a couple of weeks ago, but it was turned down. But tonight, he will have his chance to get his hands on the King of Strong Style as the two go one-on-one. We all know Shinsuke's going to win this one, my boys.
You expect me to believe that the Moneymaker, who got clowned at WrestleMania both nights, is going to beat the King of Strong Style? You must be smoking something on that loudness. Because
you dang right. That's why I picked Shinsuke, y'all.
All righty. I already knew that. It's like, it's going to be Nakamura. If you're going to believe me, you're going to make me believe that Nakamura is going to build up a chance all the way up to potential world heavyweight contender, probably near the end of the year, because you got to build it up incredibly. Can't rush it. You rush that mess, it's not going to be believable. I know some fans like the rush was like, no, man, let that slow burn hit. makes him more believable. Going through trials and tribulation makes you want to wait. When's he gonna get the big one? No, this is it. This is his night. So I say potentially Nakamura might be the first contender for the World Heavyweight Champion out of AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. I believe that at this point. So Nakamura from the Moneymaker, aka the man who has marbles. But I get it. All right.
All right. And as we said earlier, additionally, Gunther's next challenger for this Intercontinental title will be determined by way of a battle royal. Gunther became the longest reigning title holder of the modern era, and back in February, dethroning Ricochet on the June 10th, 2022 edition of SmackDown. And if he can hold that title, remember that this man could be the longest reigning Intercontinental champion of all time.
I believe it.
You guys gotta agree with me on this.
I got to. I'm sorry, I got to. It's too dang good to pass up. This man, ever since he won Intercontinental Gold, that thing got so relevant, it wasn't even funny. And some of the most credible championship matches he had, dear God. And then WrestleMania, you couldn't have a better triple threat. You could not have a better triple threat between the Ring General, the Scottish Psychopath, and the Celtic Warrior. 3 big dudes beating the ever-loving crap out of each other. And it was a slap fest that made even the most rigid of wrestling fans scream, damn, that's good. So, whoever Gunther's opponent going to be, it's going to be a banger. Because if you got a grown man of Gunther, his size, his hands, his slaps so legendary, they have become memes galore. And I know some people saw them, make you laugh your butt off. And this man, you can't, a man of Gunther's size should not be literally jumping up in the air and drop kicking fools like a mule kick straight into the corner. That is nasty.
Very nasty. That man, and that man's chop can wham. Chop
it's
down.
Like
Look.
every time I see it, it's like a frying pan hitting a man in the chest. That's what I see.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ric Flair when he does those chops. Like, Jesus.
But instead you're hearing the woo.
Jesus,
it's another type of woo. It's like the air and soul leaving from that opponent's body.
It's Ric Flair, but harder.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Imagine Gunther chopping Ric Flair.
He wouldn't live another day.
All you would see is just evaporated dust after that hit. Just,
Referees would be like, ah.
Yeah, I'll be like him too, like, god damn, that shit hurts as hell. Woo. Thank God I'm not Gunther's opponent right now, because I would have been.
I wish you were.
Oh, if anybody. No.
Oh, you wish, Michael.
No,
you wish,
I wouldn't.
Michael.
I wouldn't wish that on nobody. All I hear is, "Hey, buddy, your opponent's Gunther." I was like, "Can I take a forfeit?" It's like, oh, I'll take a chop from Ric Flair or anybody else. But if you take a chop from Gunther, you better have good medical insurance. Oh boy.
We'll chop like what? Like this.
All you can hear is the minute the chop hits you, all you can hear is, "I believe I can fly." Shh.
That's a little perfect song for that.
Because damn, them things feel like it's gonna hurt. All right. We're getting a little off track here.
All right. Yeah, we'll get off track here. But anyway, I guess that's it here. That's it here. All right, don't forget to catch Raw. Don't catch up Monday Night Raw live next on the USA Network. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this podcast here. Woo! If you guys like this video, please leave a like on it, comment on it, and subscribe to my main YouTube channel. and click the bell icon to get notified every time it uploads a new video when it goes live. Also, go subscribe to Michael Bombardier's YouTube channel as well. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Michael, as always, for being.
Absolutely. And special
Thank
guest, special thank you to Shedrick Witherspoon Jr. for joining us as well.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Again, it's like, you know, you got time, jump on in, give your expertise on it, and, you know, show your love of wrestling. Let's party.
We'd love to have you back on a future episode, indeed.
Yep.
Hell
If I got
heck
time,
yeah.
you can see me pop. Yep. If I got time, you're gonna see me pop up. Trust me.
There you go. There you go. So until we see you all again we'll see you guys. We'll see you and Mike. You'll see us and Mikey next time. Well, tomorrow on the Game Show Speak podcast. So, and we'll see you guys next time for another round of WrestleSpeak podcast. And it's time to ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. The match is over. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.